Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, along with Kathy. And we're here for week 28 of Ask a Crafter. Exciting, exciting. And lots of great comments and questions and conversations going on in the YouTube channel and over on Facebook. So thanks everyone for contributing. And I got a comment from Terry Swayze, which is Lorraine's sister-in-law. And I was doing some beading. We're actually at a crop together this weekend. And I was doing some beading and I was having a heck of a time threading that tiny little needle to go into some seed beads. And she posted, she couldn't remember at the time, but she posted under last week's blog post that it is called a clover needle threader. So what I'm wondering, if anybody has the Clover Desk needle threader, have they used it for threading beading needles? So if you have, and if you had good luck or bad luck, please let me know. There aren't very good reviews on Amazon, so I just wanted to see if it was worth the investment. And some people commented on the crazy quilt that was in last week's video behind me. My sister-in-law had made that before she passed away, so it's something I treasure always. It was a wedding present, and my kids, it was the first thing my kids ever focused in on when they were infants. Yeah. So thank you for those wonderful comments, and that's a story of that. And Lorraine is due back in April. I got confirmation from her sister-in-law when we were at that crop, so we're looking forward to seeing her, but totally understand why she is staying down there so long.
Yes, especially as we're expecting more snow.
Yes,
but not as much as we thought it was going to be.
It's just flurries, I think, all week. Yeah, nothing too exciting. And you've got some news about your pumpkin scone recipe.
My pumpkin scone recipe. I've tried to type it on all of the places, and it's apparently too long, and I can't. So I guess I'm going to do a little blip of a video and put it on my YouTube channel. So we'll let you know when you can find that when I...
Yeah, maybe next week if you have it done, we'll put a link.
Yeah.
So, all right, wonderful. What do we have for questions this week?
We have for questions. Let's see. We start with BJ. She wants to know what glue to use for loose glitter.
I honestly really like Mod Podge. You could put it in a little applicator bottle if you want to, or I've brushed it on with a paintbrush and sprinkled glitter. It really holds it well on scrapbook layouts and on cards. And if you need something very quick drying, I'll use clear nail polish because that works and it dries in a flash.
Okay, great. And Stampin' Penguin says, my metallic rub-ons are very old, years, and seem dried out. Is there a way to restore them?
I would put a little drop of like baby oil in there and just let it sit, and then that should reactivate the oil in there. It's probably just dried out a little bit with age, or you could put a little like a little Vaseline in there or something. But baby oil, I think, would sink in a little bit and reactivate. Yeah. So we did have another person ask for uses for baby oil, and I did answer a few things in the comments section, because you can use it for blending colored pencils. You can make your own sugar scrubs with it just by mixing sugar and baby oil and fragrance. You can use it if you're getting wrinkles. You can put it on your wrinkles, and so it keeps them from setting.
Those of you who might be getting wrinkles.
Not us.
We are
not us, no. Women of a certain age. But if you have any baby oil, any crafty ideas for baby oil, go ahead and leave a comment.
Okay, and Sandy Lee asked, or says, she's won some gorgeous rice paper from Yasutomo. I hope I said that right. I can't decide what to do with it. It is so pretty. It's almost like fabric. So, of course, I'm thinking, what would Lindsay do? Any ideas?
Well, you can use it in any place that you'd want to use any decorative paper. If I was going to mat a photo with it, I would cut out the middle so I could use it for something else. You can tear rice paper very easily by taking a wet paintbrush and drawing the shape that you want, and then you can tear it really easily. There's another YouTuber, Ross Barbara. His channel is realisticart.com, and he has some absolutely gorgeous tutorials making jewelry with rice paper and watercolors. And I will put a link on, let me give you a marker. Can you make a little star? I'll put a link to his channel in the video description so you can check that out. I've made his rice paper earrings, and then I actually made some other rice paper beads after being inspired from that, so probably put a link to that as well. He's got some really fabulous ideas. So rice paper is just fabulous, and you can cover albums with it. You can any place you want some really special paper, really.
Okay, and Amber Cook wants to know how to remove stains from stamps and also how to reattach foam stamps that have come apart.
Oh, right. I've had good luck removing stains from rubber stamps by coating it with glycerin and then letting it sit overnight and then washing it with simple green. I have not had good luck getting stains off clear stamps. Yeah. They seem to just absorb into the polymer and just take hold. But it's not going to affect your stamping. If your stamps are clean, they're going to stamp fine. They're just stained. I really wouldn't worry about it. The rubber does clean off pretty well, but the clear is a little trickier. Plus, the sunlight can yellow the clear stamps too, so it might not even be a stain. It could be actually yellowing from ultraviolet light.
Yeah. Okay, so about reattaching the foam
yes.
stamps.
So she had some foam stamps, which were like the foam on foam, kind of like the way like home decor stamps. Aleene's makes a foam glue, and what you do is, and you have to make sure you use it right. That's the thing. And this is the same technique for using rubber cement. You paint one layer on your back part of the foam, that's like the mount, and you paint a layer on the image. Yeah. You let it sit for like 10 minutes, and then you press it together. So you can use that, or you can use rubber cement, but make sure you do it. You coat each side, let it dry, and then push it together for a good bond. Because foam is difficult. It's hard to glue.
It is, and I haven't. I've used some of the foam glue. I think Nicole's or whatever with the girls, and it's not fun.
It's supposed to be fun foam. What's going on?
Yeah, it's not. The Chatty Crafter asked, I was setting up my watercolor palette with fresh tube colors, and I put them in the palette, student grade, and add some glycerin, but they are still cracking. Any ideas? Also, I put in the paint and then put the glycerin on top. Thank you.
You can try stirring it up. I usually put the glycerin on after if I've already noticed it starting to crack. You can also mix honey into your paint, and that will keep it moist. Spray it down good. You should be able to reactivate it. If you want to put a drop of honey in and try to stir it in, you can. It really shouldn't affect the working properties of the paint. It's just if they crack and they want to, jiggle around and mix it in, roll out of the little wells you put them in, then it's no fun. So I would just try to maybe spray it down before you use it every time, and you can, if you can get it to get liquid again, you can add a little bit of honey, and that should keep it moist. Next time, do the honey when you start it off.
Okay, and Stacy wants to know if she can use a Harbor Freight heat gun for embossing or if it's too hot.
You can, but she had mentioned she found a 1500 watt gun. I bought a gun at Harbor Freight. It was with a coupon for $8. You go to harborfreight.com and they have those coupons or in your paper. And it's dual temperature. The low temperature is 400 degrees. The high temperature is 800, I believe. And Stamper's heat gun is about 350 watts. Really? So you just hold it a little bit further. I'd start far away.
I think she noted that highest one was like 1500.
Yeah. I would get the dual temperature one that they have a coupon for $8. And use a low setting, and you should be fine.
$8. I can't believe that.
I know it's regular, like 30 or something.
I still have the first gun I ever bought. It was a Milwaukee for Stampers, and it was like $28.
I've gone through 2 Marvies. Well, no, I'm on my second Marvie. I've burnt through 1 Marvie. Wow. Yep, and that's a Stampers one.
Okay, and Anne-Marie is wondering if we know a sandwich recipe for her Big Shot so that she can die cut and emboss a thin metal die in one pass.
Okay, this is so crazy. You're going to love it. Do 2 sheets of cardstock at once, and they'll both get the embossed edge.
Nice.
Yeah. See, the lazy crafter figures it out.
So what's the sandwich then that she needs just to make
what
sure
your regular thin die sandwich? So it would be like your bow all the tabs on your Big Shot if you have the tabbed Big Shot. If you don't have the tabbed Big Shot, you might need like a little thin piece of chipboard in there.
Right.
But yeah, just whatever you use to cut the thin dies, but cut it like 2 or 3 sheets of cardstock at the same time, and they'll get that little embossed edge. Nice. One might not be as embossed as the other 2. One will definitely be, if you have 3, 2 will be embossed pretty well. One might just be slightly embossed, but you definitely
But you'll get your cut and your embossing. And
yep.
Nice. And so you don't need like the spongy embossing.
Not if you do that, not if you're doing a few at a time.
Right. Okay, and Deborah Spinks. Hi, Lindsay. I have some teeny tiny bottles of Dr. P.H. Martin's Pigmented India ink. The label says they are light, fast, and waterproof. Can these be used as re-inkers along with some glycerin and pigment pads, or...
I wouldn't use that. That's an India ink, and it has like a shellac in it, and that will dry. So if it does dry in the pad, I think it will damage it.
Yeah.
But I have some of those coming to me from Oriental Trading, actually. So I'll be doing some mixed media and art journaling tutorials with those. So why don't you keep them right in the bottle and hold on for those tutorials, because I think you'll be inspired to use them in some new ways. But I wouldn't use them for re-inking your pads. I tried using India ink on one of my waterproof black pads, thinking I want waterproof ink. I want a waterproof pad. I'll just re-ink it with this, and it was not happy times. No.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I ruined that ink pad.
Yeah, I would think once the shellac starts to harden, it would never come back from that. Kimberly Solomon, how do I keep the pages of my journal pages from curling up?
I would paint both sides. So if you're gonna do a lot of work on one side of the page, pre-plan. So if you know you're gonna really paint on one side of the page, flip it over, coat the back side with 1 or 2 coats of gesso. Or flat acrylic paint, something like that, and that will even out the stress on the page. So then when you flip it over to get ready to do the real work and you put your gesso on there, it's not going to buckle as much because you've got some resistance on the other side of the page. And then your other page is all ready to go the next time,
right.
you know, when you're ready to flip the page, and, you know, do that side too. You know, you might as well just get in the habit of opening up the book, gessoing both pages, open in front of you, do it right before bed, you know, so when you come to your studio the next day, you're ready to go.
Wait for it to dry, then you wait for both sides to dry, and then you're ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Okay, and Snoopy says she was wondering if you have a frugal recipe for something that I could clean my jewelry with, specifically gold and silver chains.
I do, actually, because I wash every time I color my hair, I wash my rings, so I don't have my rings on my hand when I'm coloring my hair. And I looked at the little bottle of the jewelry cleaner that I got from the jeweler when I first got my rings, and the ingredient is just water and ammonia, so that's what I use. I use just a little bit of ammonia in, I filled the little jar that it came with most of the way with water, and just put a little bit of ammonia in it, and then I soak my rings for about an hour, and then I use a little toothbrushy thing that comes with it to just scrub it out and get it clean. And, you know, I haven't done mine in a couple weeks, but it's still pretty sparkly, and that works. You don't want to use bleach. Bleach can damage diamonds and other metals.
I've heard toothpaste
Really?
for cleaning diamonds. Yes.
Oh, it probably works. It won't hurt your teeth. It's probably not going to hurt
Not that I would
anything
know,
else.
but still waiting for that.
Get on the ball, Paul. He's gonna love
We
that.
got 20 years coming up this September.
There you go.
So.
Perfect anniversary present.
Yeah.
Well, I answered a lot of the questions in the comments, and of course you guys helped out and answered a lot of each other's questions too, which was awesome. And since Kathy's birthday was last month, we're going out to lunch for her birthday, a belated birthday lunch, because we can finally, we're done in time. Because usually it's like, oh my gosh, we gotta get to the bus. So I want to thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below here on the YouTube channel, and you can like us on Facebook and join in the conversation there, and we will see you next week with more crafty fun. Until then, happy crafting!
Bye.